Feature Friday.
The freshest. You know,
Dude, yeah.
people that has never spoken in like in live on live ever.
Yeah, because people are online, so they kind of want to watch him. Like I saw a JONH Legend. I don't
Yes.
follow him. He just came up on my explore sort of thing. JONH
Fantastic.
Legend live. He was doing this like people would send him requests with his wife. His wife is very very attractive, and she was like she seemed very like down to earth. Because you know
I
sometimes
love her. She is so relatable.
you know sometimes how this really attractive models sometimes
Seem a bit detached.
they seem but they might actually not be like that.
They, you know, they're humans. They
From my limited experiences, most really good looking models, you'd find they're probably some of the not the nicest, but I'll say they're some of the once you get past like that little shield, because when the cameras are around and stuff like that, they just basically some of the most normal people ever.
yeah,
And
they're normal people.
and if they're upcoming models, I find they're the most fun around to hang around with because or hang out with because they also seeing what you're seeing in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
So they try, I think when you're coming up like that as a model, you try to, okay, I'm not gonna be like that.
Exactly.
I don't want to be a pain, you know.
Yeah.
But then you start realizing it's like sometimes you just have to do shoots and you're pissed, you know. You're
No,
angry.
or you just have to get your point across because you can't really be the submissive one the whole time because you have to, you know, stand your ground sometimes.
But
it's very important.
I forget her name, but she,
Chrissy Teigen.
yeah, that's it. She was super cool, like just chilling basically, and that's his wife, right?
Yeah, they are like the coolest family. Them and Blake Lively with Ryan Reynolds, they're like my favorite famous couples like ever.
Dude, but John is so good.
He is unreal. Like
That guy, the amount of talent
he's
that
a
guy has.
genius. He's a genius. You know who also has amazing live streams that I adore? Hozier. I adore that guy. His voice.
The guy that
and his-
sings "Take Me to Church."
that guy. But he's doing it, so he's like trying to have funds to support children that are getting abused around the world, or I think it's Ireland or UK.
Is he British?
I don't really know. That's a really good question. I think he's Irish.
Right.
I think he's Irish.
I'm not a big fan of that type of music, but that song was fire. And he blew up so
He's
fast.
so great.
He looks a bit like Jesus.
He looks like Jesus. This is
Oh, he's born in the
ridiculous.
90s, look. 1990. Yeah, he's
So
30.
he's 30 years old and he was born in Ireland.
Right, so he's doing that thing for
So
Irish
he's doing.
kids.
I think it's the UK overall. He's trying to raise money for children that get abused in the UK. Right.
It's a unique one in these
yeah.
times.
Well, he started it because apparently the percentages of kids getting hit
support.
and you know hurt and whatever by their parents has increased since the current situation started because
That's weird, isn't it?
kids are not in school, parents are at home the whole time, and apparently that has something to do with kids getting hurt more often, right? By those toxic environments. And then he's trying to raise awareness and raise money as well to help that cause. And I thought that was such a cool like.
What do you
that's
think
such
that
a cool
is? Say
thing.
something like, I don't know. So that you hit your kids, and then just because, you know, you're spending more time with the
Yeah,
kid.
and
And
I
the
think,
kid is stuck inside.
yes,
Just
I
playing
think.
Legos. You kick the Lego and
Remember this? These are also people that have low income, so the stress of not having jobs and stuff. So I was actually listening to his.
So it's
to-
a good
to his
motive to
interview.
raise money for.
Yeah.
Because that's
really
literally
cool.
something that you don't really think of. I think one of the things as well is probably what's happening to those like support networks right now during this time, which is like they're probably under enough stress, not only with people helping them as like workers, probably
Volunteers and stuff.
volunteers and stuff like that. That's definitely limited as hell. So they're probably
Is limited in a normal time. They have limited staff on normal times. Imagine now that, you know.
Everyone has to be locked.
Yeah, everything's are so crazy.
So then, add the like financial stress that they must be on, because that's one of the weirdest bits that I find. Maybe they just survive off donations, like those type of like support networks and stuff like that.
I was also seeing, because he attached a few videos and links and stuff, and people that are struggling, they're just living off of like food stamps and like food banks and stuff, but it's obviously not enough. That's only food, but what happens to the rent? You know, what happens to everything else, the bills? How are they gonna keep on going? Some people have literally been laid off. There's no way to get help from the government because they're officially unemployed. So it's a very tough time. So that's a big psychological pressure on a parent, right?
And then they can just snap.
And add to that, you know, problems with alcohol or behavioral problems in the house. They're already dysfunctional. Then, you know, it just adds a lot of it's like a pressure cooker. Right. At some point it's gonna explode. Yeah,
I like that's a good motive to race to. It's a good a course. But then I think also like one of the cool things you're seeing is because so many artists are stuck at home, you are seeing that type of like fundraisers and stuff like that. I also saw Tom Holland, Spider-Man boy. Spider-Man boy. He's so weird that he's British. He sounds so American to me in the movies. Like he's doing his job.
I love it because he's the pinnacle of a British boy.
Dude, he used to play bowling near my school.
We used to play bowling.
We used to play bowling. And Zendaya was there as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that and being so gutted that you couldn't go.
She's attractive. I think she's one of my crushes. She's one of my, you know, like when people ask you like, what's your celebrity crush? Probably, yeah. She's good looking, yeah. She's good looking.
Zendaya.
But what was I saying? So those type of like race funders, he was doing one fundraisers, sorry. He was doing one, I think it was for food and stuff like that, I'm not too sure. But also one of the cool things you're seeing is you're getting all these people stuck at home, right? And artists have to create, that's what they do for a living, but also it's like that's how they keep their brain going. Having lived with this one for like 20 years. But then you're getting all this amazing music for free on like live streams and stuff like that, and you could literally, one of the things I was doing, I've never been a big fan of lives on Instagram. When you get that notification, I just swipe up, see you later, mate.
Me neither. I never used to be really into it until now, because I think my favorite artists are doing it, and then you get to see, you know, their rooms are like their living rooms, and you can see them with no makeup on, and it's cool. It's like a really cool way to connect to that celebrity, you know. And also they get to display their amazing talent, and it's so inspiring.
I think one of my favorite ones, definitely JONH Legend. That was one of my favorite ones for sure. He was just literally doing. It's like, oh, can you play this song?
And he
would bang it out, and then he would sing so well. And then his wife, Chrissy, is that her name? She'd just sit there and just be like, yeah, that's alright, not bad. Yeah, that's alright. No, yeah, not bad. It's like, dude, that's nuts.
Yeah,
that guy's wild.
You know which one I also really liked? Charlie Puth's.
He was good.
He was hilarious.
His was, I think...
he's such a funny guy, isn't he?
Sponsored by Red Bull, I think it was.
Was it?
Yeah. Which I think is a great way for... Like, if advertisement right now must be weirdly booming.
In a very unusual way, because everything's online. I think the online world has never moved as fast and as... And with so much demand and creation of content overall. I think this is the time for what I've seen, it's definitely the time where social media has been the busiest.
Yeah, probably. I think it's definitely the time where people are probably consuming that amount of online content for sure.
More than ever.
Because, I mean, TV is still going on and stuff like that, but you're sort of at the mercy of what the TV is showing.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I've never really liked TV.
And that's why with online streaming services have become such a big thing, because
Yeah.
you are the one who chooses what to watch, how long you want to watch it.